That has got to be the St. Patrick's Gold Mine dump pile. They moved that material quite a ways. Quite a bit of good snow melt coming down. No panning that today. Welcome to another outdoor prospecting adventure presented to you by myself, Spike, and Smokey, my cat, is chilling at home. We're getting some samples from the St. Patrick's Gold Mine to send to Shannon at Gold Pan and Suntan in New Mexico. He has a shaker table. That would be the perfect spot to run a sluice box right now. This is one of my favorite washes down the hillside. I have found lots of large pieces of float quartz with gold in it. I just haven't found the source. I can imagine it's way up there somewhere. Now for my least favorite part of this journey. This hill is pretty steep. I get winded every time. This is one of my favorite formations of rock that I've seen on many of the journeys I've been on. Very cool looking. Here's the lower entrance to the St. Patrick's Mine. I'm gonna go up the outcropping a little bit and see if I can find the upper portion. If not, I know there's a nice little vein structure right over there I'm gonna gather some samples from instead of directly out of the mine. This actually looks really good. I'm gonna take some of those samples and proceed up the hill. I've cleaned off a nice little working area so I could drop down some of these quartz samples right between the slate and quartzite. A lot of heavy mineralization in this one. Hopefully there'll be something in there. I'm gonna test pan it before I send it off. Yes, that is a pillowcase. I have my personal protective equipment. I'm trying to eliminate as much of unnecessary contaminants as possible. I'll be doing a little artisanal mining, hand sampling with basic tools. I'm gonna try to film it while I'm doing it, so I need to find a nice spot to perch the camera. I did not bring the tripod. I was not able to establish a good mounting location for the camera, so I just went to the house with the hammer and chisel, started gathering up some samples. I may try some of these bigger pieces. It just may be very heavily oxidized quartzite. I really want the quartz in between the layers in the contact zone. Here is a great example of the contact zone. That black is the slate, that rusty is the quartzite, and in between there's the quartz vein. I'm keeping that not as to crush, just as a good representation. This is something you don't see often. That is more minerals coming out of the rock. Basically, the vein is still growing. That's got to be some type of lead oxide with the yellow coloring. Maybe sulfur. This area is known for gold, copper, silver, antimony, and lead. I figured while I'm here, I'll show everybody the inside of the mine if you're new to my channel. I've been here many times before. I love this place, except for that nasty pond down there. I've sampled this side many times. Today I'm just trying to do a little outside work. This is really gorgeous looking material. I gotta bring in a hammer drill to get a bulk sample someday. I definitely made a dent in that quartz vein. I believe I have a decent enough sample. Roughly a quarter sandbag full of material to process, crush, separate, split it up with being myself and Shannon. Now, before it gets too late, I need to hike down the mountain. I'm going to crush this material and divide it up into 2 equal parts, send some to Shannon, and keep some for myself to try completing smelting and cupelling. Let's take a look at today's haul. That's pretty good. We'll wash it up and display some of the better looking pieces, then start crushing. I've washed all the quartz brought down from the St. Patrick's Gold Mine area. Let's take a look at some of these samples. This is the larger sample displayed in my previous short videos Sunday morning. A lot of good colors and indicator minerals. Here's a smaller piece that I broke off. For those of you who have followed my channel for a long time, you will definitely recognize the banding on this quartz, like this little piece. Multiple layers of quartz right between the quartzite and slate. This has more of the host rock on it than anything else. The slate layer and the quartzite. As far as the rest, it's pretty basic looking quartz with some good mineralization. The next scene will be displaying the quartz I've crushed and panning the sample to verify the contents before sending it off. Only one cylinder remains to be crushed. That is currently in progress. All of the quartz has been crushed and classified through 40 and 50 mesh. Also, I'm introducing a special edition, one of a kind, one only available crushed St. Patrick's quartz with silver added plus a specimen in there. If you'd be interested in purchasing this bag, one available only, contact me at silverspikeprospecting@gmail.com. Now for the Quartz Split. You've seen it firsthand for yourself. This bag has roughly 2 1/4 cup of crushed ore, unpanned, unsearched. Who knows what's inside until I do the test pan myself. Please comment and email me if you're interested in this purchase. There's 9 cups of crushed quartz in each bag. I'm gonna save my portion until I get my gold cube back up in operation. Brad Haden at Rocky Mountain Prospector was kind enough to give me this pump to get my gold cube back working. Also, when I've completed that, I will smelt and cupel my portion. Watch out for Gold Pan and Suntan's video when he utilizing this material on a shaker table. Now for the official test pan. Make sure this still has values. That sure is a lot of concentrates thus far. I'm not even done panning the material. Let's see if I could get an ideal reveal with this new Falcon finishing pan. Here is the bottom of the finishing pan. There is a few pieces of visible gold in there. If you've watched the video all the way through and listened to the narration, you will know the plan. If you're feeling the vibe, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching Smokey and Spike Productions. Have an awesome day.